Welcome back to Decor channel. Today, we're diving into a shabby chic Christmas farmhouse wonderland where thrifted fabrics and vintage textures come together to create timeless holiday magic. If you love soft neutrals, rustic details, and that cozy handmade charm, stay with me, because this year's decor will spark your creativity in fresh, unexpected ways. Let's start the journey into a home filled with warmth, nostalgia, and gorgeous DIY touches. Before we begin styling, let's talk inspiration. This year, thrifted fabrics are the star of my Christmas decor. Old curtains, lace scraps, worn-out quilts, and linen remnants become treasures when viewed through a creative lens. Each fabric carries a story, and blending these textures instantly adds depth to any space. Stick around. I promise you'll never see a thrift store the same way again. One of the easiest ways to achieve shabby chic charm is through color. Think dusty whites, faded blush, muted sage, and warm creams. These hues soften everything they touch. Today, I'll show you how to layer these tones to create a farmhouse Christmas look that feels dreamy, fresh, and effortlessly cohesive. You'll be amazed at how transforming your palette transforms your entire home. Let's start with something simple yet stunning, a fabric-covered garland. Using strips of thrifted cotton and lace, we'll tie them along twine to create a cascading, whimsical piece. Hang it on your mantel, staircase, or even your headboard. This project instantly adds movement and romance, and best of all, it costs almost nothing. And trust me, the result looks boutique-worthy. You can't have shabby chic without florals. But for Christmas, we're giving them a soft winter makeover. Think dried roses, muted hydrangeas, baby's breath, and dusty eucalyptus tied together with vintage ribbon. These floral bundles bring gentle pops of color while keeping that farmhouse warmth. Watch how these blooms elevate every corner they touch. Next, we're crafting ornaments using scrap thrifted fabrics. Old bed sheets, flannels, and lace can be wrapped around foam or wooden baubles to create texture-rich pieces you won't find in stores. Add pearl pins or tiny ribbon bows for a romantic touch. These ornaments spark instant nostalgia, and the best part, they're incredibly beginner-friendly. Forget buying a new tree skirt, let's make one with meaning. By combining thrifted quilts and leftover linens, we'll create a tree skirt layered with history. The mix of patterns and textures brings character to your tree while keeping that cozy farmhouse feel. This is a piece that becomes part of your family traditions year after year. Now for one of my favorite projects, DIY shabby chic stockings. Using thrifted tablecloths, lace runners, and pastel fabric scraps, we'll stitch together stockings that feel straight out of a cottage Christmas storybook. Each stocking becomes a little piece of art, and no two are alike. These make beautiful heirlooms and heartfelt handmade gifts. Moving on to soft furnishings, pillows. By repurposing old shirts, curtains, or linen napkins, we'll create charming pillow covers that add warmth to your sofa or bedroom. The mix of patterns and textures gives instant farmhouse coziness. Stay tuned, because I'll share my favorite trick to make thrifted fabrics feel high-end with almost no effort. The mantel is the heart of farmhouse holiday decor, so let's give it a soft, romantic makeover. We'll layer lace runners, distressed candle holders, fabric garlands, and greenery with frosted touches. The result? A dreamy display that feels like stepping into a vintage Christmas postcard. And wait, because I'm adding one surprising thrifted element you won't expect. Christmas gifts deserve the same shabby chic treatment. Instead of store-bought wrapping paper, we'll use fabric scraps, lace, and ribbon to wrap presents in a way that feels personal and luxurious. These eco-friendly wraps are reusable, beautiful, and perfect for making your gifts stand out under the tree. lighting is everything. We'll soften harsh winter evenings with fabric-covered lanterns, lace-wrapped jars, and warm fairy lights woven through greenery. Adding fabric diffusers over old lampshades creates a gentle glow that transforms your home into a cozy winter retreat. This step ties all the shabby chic details together. Next, we're decorating the dining table using thrifted fabrics as runners, placemats, and layered napkins. Pair them with mismatched vintage plates and soft candlelight for a table that feels intimate, nostalgic, and utterly enchanting. I'll show you how to layer textures so the table looks curated, not cluttered, while keeping everything budget-friendly. For a final creative twist, we'll turn leftover fabric scraps into wall art by framing lace patterns, quilt squares, or embroidered pieces. This adds personality and ties your holiday decor together. These art pieces are lightweight, customizable, and incredibly unique, perfect for filling empty walls with warmth. Now that every corner is decorated with shabby chic charm, let's walk through the final reveal. Soft neutrals, thrifted textures, handmade ornaments, and romantic florals blend to create a holiday home that feels warm, lived in, and full of heartfelt character. This is proof that you don't need to spend much to create beauty, just creativity and intention. Thank you for joining me on this cozy Christmas decorating adventure. I hope today's ideas inspire you to transform thrifted fabrics into meaningful holiday pieces that reflect your story and style. If you love charming, budget-friendly farmhouse decor, make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know which project you'll try first. Wishing you a warm, magical, shabby chic Christmas.